So what
Yeah.
are you teaching here at the Kansas City Regional Quilt Festival in
Ooh,
June?
good question. I'm teaching 3 long arm quilting classes and 2 on the domestic machine. I'm teaching fun edge to edge designs on the long arm. I'm teaching one of my signature classes, which is feathers, lines, and swirls on the long arm. Another signature class, which is quilt as you go on the long arm, which is absolutely mind blowing. And I'm doing a free motion quilting on the domestic machine and a quilt as you go on the domestic as well.
Yeah, that quilt as you go sounds really fascinating, especially on the long arm.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, you just, you're only limited to how big the back is. You can do
Right.
it all at once. It's pretty cool.
Well, I
And you can
think
do
that's
like
a
a bunch of
whole
little
new
things.
dimension that people haven't even thought of yet. I mean, I can't say that I've seen that out in the marketplace. So when I saw that as your class, I'm like, oh my God, this is genius. So
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Because I do a lot of customer quilts, customer, which is wonderful. That's my business. But every once in a while, I'm like, oh, I've got to make something. And I'll just load up a back, throw on a bunch of like scrappy batting that I've, Franken batted together, and I can make a whole quilt. I can make just a bunch of little pieces. I can make pieces for bags, I can do whatever.
so what do you want your students to take away from your class?
I want my students to take away an absolute love for this craft. I want it to be something relaxing for them, and I want them to enjoy it. It's not a stressful thing. They don't have to be perfect. When we look at famous art, we don't look for perfection. We look for the artist's hand, right?
Yeah.
So I think when people look at my designs, you can see immediately that I made it or I quilted it because, my hand is obviously all over it. And I want that for them too. I want them to be brave and try new things. So just so people know,
Yep.
I'm teaching free motion quilting on the long arm and the domestic machine. The domestic machine sold out really fast, but there are still spots in the long arm classes. And in the long arm class, you get to learn more designs. And it's the same principles that you can take home to your domestic machine. So don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Come to that class. Maybe leave with a long arm. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen?
Oh, that would be nice. That would be
Yeah.
nice. You just
So,
have to have enough space in your basement
oh,
or
yes. Yes.
garage.
I've taken over the basement and the sunroom. So
You have two?
I have 2 long arms. Yeah. I love it.
I love it. I love it.